How's everything going, guys? Welcome to another reaction video here. I am ACA Guenter. Hope you're well. Today we're going to be doing Scott Laws's video on Lego games. So as you can see, look, Lego games. So today we're going to be watching his video on Lego games. Right, last Wednesday I did a poll for you guys, asking you guys what video would you like me to react to, because from today, Saturdays will be viewer's choice. So you guys get to vote on what video you guys want me to do. The three options were Nostalgia Critic B movie, Scott Laws's Lego games, and Re-Res Just Bad Games, yeah, Batman and Robin for the PS1. They were the three options. This won by a landslide. I think at the end of the poll there was 14 votes when I cut it off, and 13 went to this. This got 13 votes out of 14. But I did say on the disclaimer it will be split into three parts. So the viewer's choice video will be this over the next 3 weeks. Is going to be split across 3 separate videos. Alright? So today we're going to be watching the first 45 minutes of this video. So if you're excited for this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. And we're going to get on with it, guys. So it is Lego games. It's going to be part 1. We'll watch the first 45 minutes. Okay? Right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Jury duty? I don't have time for that. What if something happens when I'm away? What if I'm summoned for jury duty? I can't risk missing that. The only way I can even imagine getting out of this is to plead ignorance by reason of insanity. So if I can degrade my mental health just enough over the next 2 hours, they might let me off the hook. And here, take a look at the quote on...
Literally the only time you can get out of jury duty, and this is 100% true, is if you're prejudiced against other races. Say for example, this is an very extreme example. Very extreme. So I apologise if any person of colour is watching this video. Say if you've been asked to do jury duty and you're a member of the KKK. And the criminal is of a different colour, then because you're prejudiced against that person, you can't do jury duty. I actually know somebody, I don't know somebody, but I've actually seen like news articles of people getting out of jury duty because of that, and it's true. So apologise if I've offended anybody. It was just an example.
On this motivational poster, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I think I found it. The quickest pathway to insanity. Chronic.
How many Lego games has he got? I'm just trying to figure which how many have I got. I've got Lego Harry Potter, Lego Lord of the Rings, and I've got Lego Hobbit. I think that's all I've got.
Substance abuse. Lego games.
It must be hard to be a parent. I mean, for starters, squirting those kids out. I mean, you must be like, ugh, you know? But then you have to mull over every single last item you give the damn thing. What's appropriate food to give the kid? Appropriate books, movies, toys, video games. Though, eventually, you get the gist.
He's 100% correct. If you guys you've never seen me before, this is your first video of mine. I'm a father myself. I've got a 3-year-old son. And I have to, every time I give my son like food that's not good for him, I feel guilty. I feel really guilty. Movies and TV shows, I make sure that I'm okay with what I was watching. There's a few things that he watches which my wife's okay with, but I'm not. Like for example, I've banned Peppa Pig in my house. I just think she's a bad influence, and the fact of a couple of weeks ago they were talking about Peppa Pig's mother's giving birth on an episode of Peppa Pig, and it made international news. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? No one cares. Yeah, it's like I don't like him watching Cocomelon either, because I think Cocomelon's a bad influence, and it's just basically what's up. The thing about Cocomelon is it's quick cuts, quick cuts, quick cuts. So keeps your kids' attention, so you watch more money, is because the ad revenue's dropped. Same with books. Like there's certain books I see and I'm thinking, why is that aimed at children? And it's disgusting. And games, my son's not really interested in games. He's interested in Pokemon cards because he likes all the artwork and stuff like that. He thinks it's cool. But yeah, anyway.
Kirby good, Bushlight no. However, I have to admit, a logo indicator that this is safe for something with tonsils would do wonders. And I ain't talking about that. What does the E stand for?
Ew.
Nah, I want something a little more obvious, something that screams, I'm family fun. Like, what the hell is this? A Lego Movie video game? Oh! This logo right here not only represents one of the biggest toy brands of all time, but an endless supply of video games that many families can depend on to supply them with consistent entertainment.
Got Lego Star Wars as well, I just remembered.
Anybody can...
Is it the original trilogy? Is it the original trilogy? I'm just trying to think. No, I think it's the original trilogy. I can't remember if I've got that or the complete set, which is the first 6 episodes of Star Wars.
Enjoy while tying into licensed properties everybody knows about.
Oh yeah, I've got Lego Batman as well. Sorry, I'm not, because I've just seen Batman. I was like, oh yeah, I've got Lego Batman as well.
And I ain't talking Mega Blocks. I'm talking Lego. You know Lego. Lego. There's just something special about Legos, man. Everybody's had experience with them. I mean, fresh out the womb, they hand you Lego Duplos. And those were great. I made so many things out of them. Towers, pillars, upright sticks. But eventually, you get older. You want to have an easier time choking to death. And that's...
Get out of your mouth! Oh, when my son does that, when he puts bricks in his mouth or anything like that, I'm like, get out of your mouth, quick! I'm terrified of my son choking on something. I'm terrified.
Where the traditional bricks come into play. And these, you can build anything out of them. As a kid, I had this Lego table. Yeah, the top with this huge Lego base you could snap bricks onto.
I think I had one of them as a kid as well.
And underneath were drawers you could store your Legos in. And this was like my command center back then. I'd build little towns and then bring in completely separate toy lines to wreak havoc. These moments in particular never really stood out to me until, well, this very moment. As I'm realizing how instrumental Lego was in my development of creative skills as a child.
Yeah, Lego, I do agree. Lego is very good for child development because it's like... like when I watch my son play, my son's got Duplos, and I'm watching him. You could see the wheels are turning in his head when he's trying to build or create something. Yeah, I agree with Scott on that one.
Turning this dirty sack of geometry into this, I mean, that's impressive. And hey, regardless of your Lego skills, the end result is always satisfying. You can make the greatest, most wonderfully detailed Lego.
That's insane. A McLaren made out of Lego. That is absolutely mental.
All time, and that's incredible. Or if you're not nearly as adept, just finding scraps that can sort of make what you want force you to use your imagination in such a special way. Look, I made a brick. I was never immensely into Legos as a kid, and primarily just played around with that filthy drawer of random pieces. Didn't dabble in any of the elaborate sets or any of the licensed products, just pure Lego when I was bored. But I respected the hell out of this brand, and eventually in my adult years, I only got way more into the unique kits. I mean, look at this Manchester Stadium, a functioning piece.
Oh, I hate when people say that. It's Old Trafford. Oh, that's made me cringe. When people call Manchester United Stadium, Manchester Stadium, oh, it gets me. Oh. This is why, another reason. Before Etihad Stadium, which is Manchester City's ground, it was called the City of Manchester Stadium. So when you say Manchester Stadium, you're more implying towards Etihad than Old Trafford.
Piano. Not only are these really cool, it's oddly therapeutic to just follow the directions and snap these bricks together. And it's because of that.
Yeah, because when you build something, you get like the sense of accomplishment. You feel like you've accomplished something.
And everything else, I'd say Lego is genuinely one of the greatest toy lines to ever exist.
I agree with that.
I just think it was missing something for me as a kid if it took me this long to realize. Maybe.
Yeah. Lego is one of the greatest kits of all time. Lego is just real life Minecraft. I'm not wrong,
Maybe I needed Lego to take that next big step into a new medium, really push the boundaries of what Lego could be, and I think I now know what I wanted.
Lego The Hobbit for 3DS!
Lego video games! The only way I can live out my wildest fantasy.
Oh, God.
Feels like everybody's had a run-in with Lego games at one point or another because they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Multiple games a year in collaboration with dozens of franchises. What, you're just gonna let them do this without dipping your toes in at least once? You should be studied. Now, where did this iconic video game lineage begin? Exactly where you think it would start. If your answer was, I don't know where...
The Sega Pico. I know this. Right, the Sega Pico, guys, was an educational toy released only in Japan by Sega in the 1990s. Let's see if I'm right.
Would start, you're correct. From 1995, exclusively released in Japan, this is Lego Fun to Build for the Sega Pico. What the f just came out of my mouth?
Yeah. Guys, I know when it comes to Sega, I know my history. I know what the Sega Pico is. So, yeah, it's an educational toy.
No, seriously.
The Sega Pico was an educational game console combining video games with storybooks. For
Correct.
what it is, I mean, it is pretty crazy how this is a legitimate Sega video game console that's illegitimate to many just because it cares about my brain.
There's a letter H?
So, of course, when this is the console the first Lego video game calls home, my lust to see the origins of Lego Fortnite is dashed. But hey, let's give it a fair chance.
Scott, they're actually quite rare and quite expensive. What are you doing?
I was being fair.
The Sega Pico is so close to being kinda cool. The book,
Sorry, he's playing Bridge Zone from Sonic 1 8-bit.
depending on the page you turn to, can hover a cursor around with the stylus. For an educational game console aimed at toddlers in the mid-90s, this works damn well, much like my new soundboard.
Who gives a f? Who gives a f? Who gives a f?
Yeah, who would have thought the toy for 3-year-olds isn't holding my interest? Which, it's a shame such a massive video game lineage started here. But hey, Lego Fun to Build is undeniably faithful to the source material. You build a Lego vehicle, you play a game with it, much like playing with Legos in real
He's playing a song in the background. I recognise. I can't remember what game it's from. It's doing my head in.
life. Why not just do that? Especially when Fun to Build blocks you off from doing anything remotely creative with your vehicle. Oh, this is bullshit. At the very end, we do have a free build mode, but it doesn't stop this from feeling like a complete waste of time. Yes, this follows the
He's back to Sonic 8-bit again. Jungle Zone.
ethos of Lego, but the way it plays out, you just end up asking, what's the point here? Turning playing Legos into a video game is a sound concept, but you need to take things further than just... What even is this?
A bad video game.
Well, that's where Lego Island for PC comes into...
I didn't know nothing about Lego Island until I watched Brutal Moose's video over 10 years ago. I'm gonna try to do my best. I think Callie's talked about him in the past as well. So yeah, I'm showing my age. I made a realization the other day, like if you took my top like 15 favorite YouTube channels, like 10 of them are in the people that run them are in their are either 40 or over. That's how you know I'm getting old.
To the picture. This wasn't the first Lego game. It was the first Lego game. This is like the perfect representation of Lego in the video game space. I mean, a 3D open world where you explore an island, build vehicles, be a witness. It all comes together to create a legendary game for kids of the era. Now, for a 27-year-old at this very moment,
What the hell am I doing?
this is definitely one of those you had to
Got a cool PC actually. Let me just go. I want to have a look at his
create a
PC.
legendary game for kids of the era. Now, for a
He's got a Corsair power supply. I think that's a Corsair power supply. And that's definitely a pre-build.
27-year-old at this very moment.
What the hell am I doing?
This is definitely one of those you had to be there type of games, which not sure how much anybody can really dispute that. You're telling me you hand this to somebody who never played it as a kid and they'll go, oh yeah, sure, let me just gorge myself on that. You can tell while playing how magical this was for kids. I mean, just click on any Lego figure walking around. It'll change their appearance. You can build a helicopter and fly around the whole island. You can deliver pizza. You can witness an exorcism. You can jet.
Yeah, basically, everyone says when it comes to Lego Island, it's the second game where it improves dramatically, because in the first game, it doesn't really tell you where to go. It's just like, here, go. But on that one, on Lego Island 2, it tells you where to go and stuff, and there's missions and stuff.
Ski. This is exactly what playing with Lego, toys in general, is like. Like, just roam around, make your own adventure. Here's a few directed activities to partake in, but for the most part, the fun of Lego Island comes from making it yourself. Explore the world, make voices for all the characters, and through the eyes of childlike wonder and whimsy, use your imagination to craft limitless possibilities in this perfect virtual playground. How many games until Lego Star Wars? Jesus. The early PC era of Lego video games is all over the place. Like, what is this?
Hello, welcome to Lego Friends.
Lego chess?
At the time, Lego was attempting an invasion on the video game industry. Multiple Lego-themed games in a variety of genres, all by different developers. I mean, video game software was hitting it big, especially with kids. There was some fear that traditional toys were old news. So, if you can't beat them, join them. While Lego Island was the first of these ventures, it also has the most heart, as they genuinely ask themselves, what would a Lego video...
Sorry, he's playing Super Mario Bros. 3. I definitely, on the channel, definitely want to do some retro games at some point, do some older titles. Like, for example, as a kid, and I can't believe I'm admitting this, I've never finished Super Mario Bros. 3 all the way through. I used to get to like World 6 and get stuck. But as a gamer, I'm a lot stronger as a gamer. I reckon I could probably beat it now.
Video game be like? Oh, well, it would be a sandbox game, because that's what Lego's all about, but also have an adventure element with some missions to complete, because you have the more instructional and direct Lego sets out there. Oh, and the missions should be vehicle-based because, yeah, Lego, and it should be customizable and goofy and weird, and through the power of video games, adhere to the demands and give us the first-person perspective of a Lego minifigure. This game was eye-opening and laid the foundation for what a Lego video game could and should be. Lego chess is Lego chess. Most of what followed was a bit more cut and dry. Like Lego Creator, for example, that's definitely a pretty solid adaptation of the Lego building experience, but that's all it is. It's got some of the personality from Lego Island, like the Wizard Man himself.
Hi, welcome to Lego Creator. To learn...
Couldn't you get an old man to voice him? He just sounds like he sounds like a bloke about my age. Hi, I'm an old man. Saying that like, I'm getting old. Look at the bald spot. Should really just shave my head and just go completely bald. But I reckon. Do you reckon it'll suit me, guys, if I go completely bald and just grow this out? I reckon I'll look alright, actually.
Learn how to build Lego worlds. Click on the button below with me on it.
Voiced by my plumber.
But it's basically just a virtual Lego construction kit. It has its place for sure, but what else is there to say about this alongside all these other early titles? They're pretty much insert game here, the Lego version. Lego Loco is like Sim City. Lego Land is like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
Lego Racers is like Mario Kart.
A lot of that stuff was basically ripping off other games, and that was the problem with Lego games in the early days, anyway.
Lego Rock Raiders is like Dungeon Keeper. Lego Friends is like...
Hello, welcome to Lego Friends.
This weird dream I had last night.
This has nothing to do with Lego. What the hell is this? See, nowadays, there's the Lego Friends line, which first time I saw this was the Nintendo 3DS game in 2014, and I thought, that isn't Lego, these aren't my friends. But even though they didn't look the Lego part, I later discovered the toys this was based on and grew to accept it. Life sucks, this makes sense. And it was a huge success. So many children were shouting, I want Lego Friends, which just makes me think.
Yeah, because you can tell by the pink and purple aesthetic They were aiming at women, at young girls, and it fucking worked as well.
Some kids are gonna have one.
Hang on. Wait, hang on. Friends Lego.
Christmas. But this line didn't launch until 2012. This game released in 1999. It's not based on anything. Why did this have the Lego name? There was nothing Lego about this. No toys this was based on. Hell, no toys for 13 years. What even is a Lego video game at this point? Because this early on, we've already discovered it being based around Lego isn't a requirement. Anything can be a Lego game, which is why I'm having the damnedest time figuring out what to talk about next. There's not a ton of cohesion between most of these titles outside of the family-friendly Lego aesthetic and goofy humor, but to be fair, Lego is such a broad thing that, well, these games don't feel like they're from the same series. They do feel like they all understand the same Lego vibe. But if we do want to stay true to the brand, Lego is so much more than just original concepts like ripping off other games. So, we have the very first Lego game based on a licensed property. Oh boy, time to give up. Lego creator Harry Potter. Oh my god.
Jaundice.
Yeah, this is just another version of Lego Creator, but now it's themed around I'm stumped. Kinda jarring to see the traditional Lego yellow skin used on licensed characters, as that ain't the case anymore.
Yeah.
But regardless, this was an important step for Lego video games to take, because what was to follow 4 years later really mattered. Until then, the Brickster's back! Lego Island 2,
Yeah, that's true. Lego video games didn't really take off until Traveller's Tales took it in 2005 with Lego Star Wars. But I know Lego Island 2, I know this game's very beloved, especially to people that played it back in the day.
A Brickster's Revenge, developed by a completely different team, as the original Lego Island developers were all fired so their boss didn't have to pay them their bonuses.
Yeah,
That's horrendous! The original developers got sacked, so they didn't have to pay their bonuses. What the fuck?
didn't want to work out today, and to make sure I didn't, I just drank a bunch of rat poison.
So there's lots of changes now. We're no longer POV, life is hell. We're in the third person and on PlayStation. Well, hot damn, I'm sold. What are the cons?
At least it's in third person and on PlayStation.
I mean, the original Lego Island wasn't...
By the way, if you know what that is, that's the ending music for Super Mario World, one of the greatest video games ever made. For me, Super Mario World is a 2D masterpiece. It is a masterpiece of a game.
a great game, but it was a great...
Definitely want to replay that at some point as well, go through Super Mario World. Might try and get my wife to join me with us and we can do it co-op.
kids game. And this... it's just a kid's game. This takes everything that made the original feel special and just rips it all away, and it's kind of hard to explain how. Has a far greater emphasis on the plot, which is just awful. Who cares about any of this? Do you pick this up and go, how? Game is constantly interrupted by boring missions, bad voice acting, long load times. Like, come on, I just want to dick around on Lego Island. But even when I do that, it's just not as fun here. This game just doesn't feel natural as a sandbox game. I don't know, the switch to third person kind of makes the world feel smaller. Controls can be rough at times, you don't build any vehicles, and also, it's 2001 now. The PlayStation 2 is out, Grand Theft Auto 3 launched. Looking back at this in retrospect, doesn't feel as groundbreaking as the original did, being a 3D open world sandbox game from 1997. That alone makes the first game more enjoyable than this. Now, does that make Lego Island 2 a bad game?
I don't care.
Lego themselves published most of these games, but it was around this time they were suffering from financial problems. And I don't think any of their mid-2000s video game releases helped them one bit.
No.
Electronic Arts stepped in to help publish Lego games at the time, and what we got here mostly consisted of sequels and shame. The third Lego Island game, Island Extreme Stunts. Why the hell did they get rid of the Lego name? A couple of the titles they released around this time did that. Was the Lego name really that embarrassing? Like, oh, people won't buy this if it's Lego. But who's picking this up going,
What is this, Shrinky Dinks?
this is fine. Like, I prefer playing this to Lego Island 2, but it feels more like a spin-off, a weird side thing, laser focused on filming badass stunts. Maybe that's why they didn't want the Lego name on this.
Hey, what's up, Internet? I'm about to pull a stunt in honor of my mentor, Lego Island Extreme Stunts. I'm gonna go bathe.
At least everything looks and feels a hell of a lot better now, mostly thanks to the upgraded horsepower on the PlayStation 2. So what does that mean for Lego Racers 2? Nothing! You know, a lot of early PS2 games just feel like smoother PS1 games. I feel like I'm in the
I kind of agree with him.
Twilight Zone when I'm playing this. Like, where am I? Just one of the many reasons I think Lego Racers 1 is the more rock-solid experience. I mean, it's just a basic kart racer with customizable Lego elements, but that's all it really needed to be at the time. In comparison, Lego Racers 2 tries to innovate. Oh boy, let the future know it all started here. You son of a bitch. This game is so damn boring. It all comes down to the tracks. You have these big open areas to explore in the adventure mode, and the courses are just sectioned off versions of the open world. These are too big and broad to really feel like meticulously designed racetracks. The vehicle builder is genuinely pretty in-depth for 2001. Like, you don't follow specific guidelines, you can literally do anything here.
God, I was 11 when this came out. I would have been roughly about the same demographic, but I didn't get a PlayStation 2 until 2003. My first console that generation was a GameCube. I got like Christmas 2002 with Thai Tasmanian Tiger 007 Nightfire. That's what I got. That was my Christmas.
Thank God. I still find the original to be better. But what does that mean for Lego Racers 3?
I'm illiterate.
Drome Racers! Yeah, this was a line of badass racing toys by Lego, and thus, this is considered Lego Racers 3, and I'm considered a fan of Drome Racers. We also have Soccer Main... Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they were desperately running away from the Lego branding in this era. Can't even name a game Lego Soccer anymore. What has our country become? Lego was not only suffering financially, but they were genuinely thinking that the only way forward was to ditch the bricks and be cool. Case in point, Galador, also known as What's Galador? An attempt by Lego to...
He's going to talk about Bionicle, isn't he? Yeah, they're trying to make... They tried to go for the older demographic, so people about my age at the time, 12, 13, roughly. I knew one or two people my age who played Bionicle, but not too much. As soon as I think... How old was I? Before I stopped getting to kids things, I must have been about 14 when I stopped like watching kids shows. Then going back, you just realise, hey, wait, we had it fucking good back then.
Get as close to bankruptcy as possible. Whenever something is envisioned and planned out as this uber popular media franchise with TV shows and toys and video games all launching together, when does that ever go well?
Well, surely this time.
Galador's hook was how this character could glinch. Basically, could transform their body parts to other things.
That was alright, James Rollface, that one.
That was the idea behind the toy line. You mix and match them to create, oh my god. So naturally, Lego poured millions into this project, assuming it was going to save their company. Judging by the video game, I wonder what happened. This game is awful! Some of the worst controls I've ever experienced in a side-scroller. The jump is so stiff, yet movement is so slippery.
Oh god, this just screams early 2000 to me. It just screams it.
It feels like they're going in and out of slow motion half the time. His frame rate is terrible. The concept of switching between different abilities, glinching, makes for some decent level design ideas. Like you have to use your frog legs to swim, then glinch over to your robot arm to punch a wall and time it well. It's like, I can see where this could have been a serviceable kids game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go with the Galador theming. There was a Galador console game in development, but that was shelved once it was apparent that it's Galador. But hey, at the very least, during these...
I've never even heard of this. I don't even know if this was released in the UK. I was 12 when this came out. I've never heard of this.
Certain times, Lego launched Bionicle.
There we go.
To pick up...
That's the one I've heard of. Bionicle. When it first came out, like I would have been like 12 or 13, so I was still watching kids shows at the time, mainly Cartoon Network. This was advertised all the fucking time. All the time.
Up a lot of Galador slack, being badass toys with lore. These, I feel like, were a far more natural extension of LEGO's brand. I mean, I never even heard of Galador until, case in point, Galador. I mean, this other trash doesn't even
I agree with you, Scott. I'm not heard of it until you mentioned it now.
feel like Lego. Bionicle felt like big boy Lego. I mean, Duplo box were for babies. The smaller stuff was for post babies. Bionicle pieces? Choking hazard, not for children under 3 years. Good thing I'm 27. So naturally, we got a Bionicle video game. Developed by the studio behind Star Fox on SNES. Wow! What a legendary team! I mean, who better to make your game than the makers of Star Fox, Croc, Buck Bumble, Ren and Stimpy Fire Dogs, Carve, Catwoman.
Oh, God! Catwoman game was bad.
Yeah, who better? This feels like a decently ambitious kids game with nothing to show for it. Like, you had some halfway decent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cad Icarus thought this game was actually okay. I know Caddy thought this game was okay. Looks like Scott's gonna crap all over it.
Concepts here, the multiple playable characters, soaking up energy from enemies. It's like they wanted to do something cool. But when you actually sit down and play it, you get a game that just feels generic and frankly unfinished. Gotta be honest, playing through most LEGO video games released up to this point, I feel like a jackass. I'm not getting anything out of this. Most of these have nothing to them, even the beloved ones. I'm sorry, but if you didn't grow up with them, give me one good reason to play Lego Island.
I would love to hear what Caddy's response would be to that. Because Caddy grew up with Lego Racers and with Lego Island. I would love to hear his response to that.
Okay, well, don't write it like that. Many of these LEGO games aren't horrible, but it's clear while LEGO was leaving a mark on the video game industry with the abundance of titles, they weren't leaving much of an impression. LEGO Island was the biggest success, and rightfully so.
So I just have to double check what time it is. It's only 10 to 9.
But let's be real here. Is this a game you'd genuinely want to play today, or a game you just want to play again because of nostalgia?
Like, most of the newer Lego games, like Lego Harry Potter, Lego Star Wars, I'd literally only play those if I was playing it with my wife. We can do a game like co-op. That'd be a cool idea, I think, for a video, for a series at some point. So, yeah.
And if you're holding firm you'd genuinely want to play today, how about now? I wouldn't say any of these games age particularly well. I can respect them, but I can only enjoy a game so much from the perspective of, well, if I were a kid in 2001 playing this, I may have liked it. And that's the best I can really say about these things. So when I say the era following the initial games was dog shit, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just scared for your standards. But thankfully, everything changed in 2005. And who knows?
I get 5% cash back on everything I buy, because I buy everything on my Amex card.
Yeah, YouTube's got worse for adverts now. So yeah, we're 20 minutes in. 20 minutes into the video. Right. Let's get on. So, it's back to talk about the Lego Star Wars games, I'm guessing.
Lego Star Wars, the video game, because Lego Dougal don't exist. So why not make a video?
Was there a Dougal film? Or was it just called Magic Roundabout? I remember a Magic Roundabout film. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a British kids show from the 60s. I'm pretty sure there was because I remember correctly. Well, I think one of them was voiced by Kylie Minogue, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah.
Video game based on one of the most popular LEGO licensed releases. I mean, it went so well the first time. Developed by the sick freaks behind Sonic 3D Blast, Traveler's Tales had a vision for LEGO Star Wars, being a retelling of the prequel trilogy in a family-friendly LEGO style. Of course, to get the most out of this experience, it helps to be a fan of the source material, and as cool as it was to introduce myself for the past 27 years as a guy who's never watched a Star Wars movie, I can tell it's time to change that.
Hi, I've never watched a Star Wars movie, and now I'm wearing socks.
Unfortunately, there's only so much I can understand from Google searches, so I'll concede and watch the Star Wars prequel trilogy.
I lost my only quirk for that.
I don't think The Phantom Menace is that bad, it's just boring and unnecessary. I feel like it could have summarized important plot points.
Oh, that's the PS1 game. I actually used to love that as a kid. I had the PlayStation 1 game as a kid of Star Wars. Like, I've not played many Star Wars games. I think the ones I've played at the top of my head is that one, Phantom Menace and PS1. I have played, what was the one I played? Force Unleashed 1 and 2, they were banging games. Especially I definitely 100% want to go through them again. I think I cleared the first one about 2 years ago. The second one, I remember I actually went on the second one. I made a realization on Force Unleashed 2. Game's short as fuck. I think when I streamed it a couple of years ago, it only took me like 2-3 hour streams to finish it. I finished the second Force Unleashed really quick.
Here in 10 minutes and include that in the next one, which is already pretty forgettable to me. Attack of the Clones is just decent with some heavy-hitting scenes, but Revenge of the Sith, oh boy, this was a good one. So thankfully, now I can finally understand what I'm looking at here.
Oh, graphics.
This has every excuse to be a cynical cash grab. I mean, Lego Star Wars, the video game. It's like Shrek Twinkies. And you're telling me this was meant to tie into the theatrical release of Revenge of the Sith? 2 months later? You could have known for months ahead of time exactly what was gonna happen in the biggest movie of 2005. Well, damn, rip my tickets up, I'm good now. But see, even though this could have easily been a rushed, soulless product, booting this up, you can instantly notice a tremendous...
So it came out 6 weeks before the film came out. It's a bit of a botch job. You think it'd be the other way around. You think it'll be out 6 weeks after the film, but no.
This leap in quality from previous LEGO games. How impressive. Looking back at those experiences, LEGO Star Wars is a much more traditional video game by comparison. You go through a level, defeating enemies, solving some puzzles. It's very simple, but not brain dead, and that's a big deal. Because this game isn't just meant for whoever thinks this is gourmet. Morons. It's meant for everybody. Anybody of any age can pick this up and enjoy themselves, right alongside another player whenever they want. Because LEGO Star Wars has co-op. Drop in and drop out co-op, to be exact.
Yeah.
Another player can just pop in on a whim and leave without screwing anything up. It's really handy and feels so natural. There's not much to learn here. This is a game where you mash all the buttons for 5 seconds and immediately understand all the controls, which makes this perfect for families, siblings, friends.
Yeah.
If you aren't lonely, you finally have it all. In an experience that feels just as Star Wars as it does LEGO, which is impressive considering on the surface, it almost feels like the LEGO branding is kind of superfluous here. Yeah, there's LEGO pieces all over the place, but the game isn't super focused around using your imagination or custom building things. Sometimes I've thought, if you're gonna make it a LEGO game, why not make it to the point where the game mechanics need the LEGO branding at their core? Now, even visually,
I agree with that. I think Scott's got that absolutely spot on. It's a Lego game, yes, but it's just the world of Lego. It's not being shoved down your throat that this is Lego. Yeah, I agree with him on that.
like most of the environments here barely have any LEGO incorporated into them. But does any of this really matter? Do we really need this to be more LEGO than it is? Because honestly, the game does more than enough with the LEGO aesthetic. You can break so many things in the environment with bricks flying all over the place. You collect LEGO studs as a currency. You quickly put together LEGO pieces to create useful items. And on top of all of this, this game utilizes the LEGO branding's greatest strength. They won't say f***. That's what I think LEGO best brings to the table here. The tone. It's a completely family-friendly Star Wars experience. Sure, most of the movies are already PG,
But what if I'm giving up sci-fi action and violence for Lent? Well, Lego Star Wars is rated E for ever see a Lego intentionally kill prisoners of war? Nope! With how much this franchise appeals to everybody of all ages with its constant depictions of dismemberment, I think having more of a G-rated option out there is important, and theming it around Lego makes it entirely natural. If this was just a Star Wars game where they gotta keep it clean, it would kind of feel like censorship. But
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars revels in the fact they have to recontextualize scenes for kids without cool parents. They don't try to explain around any changes. Like, they know they can't show certain things because it's Lego. So they make the most of it, which fits perfectly with the humor throughout the rest of the experience. I mean, that tongue is right in there. And the decision to have none of the characters speak helps the humor thrive that much more. I mean, everybody respects comedy like this because it's completely universal. It's timeless. And yeah, you may not be busting a gut at it, but it's so charming and pleasant and enjoyable, especially if you're a fan of the source material. The way the cutscenes play out, it honestly feels like how you'd retell these movies if you were playing with the actual Lego Star Wars sets.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the money there, yeah. So far, what he's saying about Lego Star Wars, I kind of agree with him. That's why I've not paused it much. So yeah, I kind of agree with him on that.
Oh my god, there's so much to collect and chip away at. Over 50 characters to play as, unlockables, cheat codes. Damn it, they did it. I may have said Lego Island was the perfect representation of Lego in video game form, but Lego Star Wars was the perfect Lego video game. It utilizes both franchises superbly with a gameplay formula that, while quite simple, it's actually good. It works. Prior Lego games appeal to kids. This appeals to everybody. And I think this is the blueprint that should be used for 30 more games. You know what that means? Lego The Hobbit for 3DS! After the success of Lego Star Wars, TT Games became the main developer of Lego games moving forward,
He's playing Green Grove in the background from Sonic 3D. Blast.
utilizing the same core formula for most releases. Now, just because most of these are cut from the same cloth doesn't mean they don't try to up the ante with each subsequent title. For example, the next game, Lego Star Wars 2, features the... oh god. Well, that was way better. This game covers the first 3 Star Wars movies. The last 3. The best way to describe Lego Star Wars 2 is better Lego Star Wars. The quality's been bumped up a notch with bigger levels, better cutscenes, more humor, the gameplay variety is far greater, and numerous tweaks and improvements that we can customize our own Lego character. Finally, it's Star Wars my way. I'd say if you have any preference between these two, it mostly comes down to which movies.
If you ever want to play those games, guys, get the complete collection where you get all 6 of them. There's one called the Complete Saga.
You like more. Because objectively, Lego Star Wars 2 is pretty much just more Lego Star Wars, but better. Well then what the hell does that make this?
That's what you need. There you go. That's the one you need. That's basically all 6 episodes into one game.
Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga from 2007 expanded upon and combined the first 2 games to create the ultimate Lego Star Wars and Lego Star Wars video game. They did a great job with this, as it doesn't feel like 2 games in one. It genuinely feels like one massive experience, which is why this is often considered the best Lego game. I mean, yeah, kind of a boring pick for best Lego game, don't you think? 2 already beloved games brought together for a big-ass mega game? Like, of course that's gonna be the best one. Do you think Laval's Journey stands a chance after this? But hey, I can't keep acting like the Complete Saga isn't the best of the best. Now, just the fact it's on the HD consoles is reason enough to pick it up. Even though Lego Star Wars 2 was already on Xbox 360 a year prior. Hey, if you only played the first 2 games on, say, GameCube or PlayStation 2, the Complete Saga was only available on the new 7th generation consoles at the time, so all's good. You get the 2 games, upgraded on newer hardware. But for the sad sack who bought Lego Star Wars 2 on 360 just to get this game a year later on the same system, name something sadder. Damn. But I do think if you just played the first 2 games and not the Complete Saga, you're missing out. Like, they added my favorite setting in the Star Wars universe as a bonus level.
Hinsdale, Illinois. They updated the hell out of the LEGO Star Wars 1 levels. There's this new multiplayer battle mode and over 120 playable characters, including, oh my god, what? Hey, I can see what they're teasing here.
Lego Indiana Jones, the video game.
Yep.
My descent into madness.
It's not happening, is it?
Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventures, launched in June of 2000.
Albion Online is a sandbox.
Yeah. Lego Indy was next. I think I've still got Lego. I think my wife's. I'm just checking my Steam account. I'm pretty sure I've got Lego Indy on Steam. It's either Steam or on Epic. I'm just really curious. Sorry about this, guys. It's just taking a while for my Steam to load up. Bloody hell, WWE 2K25 needs another update. Right, I've got on Steam. I've got Lego Batman, Lego Batman 2, Lego Batman 3, Lego Harry Potter Remaster, and then Lord of the Rings. Is it on? What have I got on Epic? I'm just sorry, guys. It's bugging me. I can't remember which ones I own. Right, I've got the Star Wars game. It's not the prequels. It's not the originals. It's the sequels, the Skywalker Saga. So what's that? That's 7, 8, and 9. So I've actually got the new ones. So I've actually got 7, 8, and 9.
Pretty obviously similar move to what was done with the original LEGO Star Wars. 3 movies from Lucasfilm, retold as LEGO to coincide with the latest film. Though while LEGO Star Wars adapted Revenge of the Sith 2 months before its release, LEGO Indiana Jones doesn't do anything with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and it came out after that movie's release too. I guess they just really didn't want to do a LEGO version of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Doesn't mean they didn't do it. This is very much just taking the established LEGO Star Wars formula and creating an Indiana Jones game out of it. Of course, you have a handful of new mechanics more in line with this franchise here, but by and large, it's exactly what you think it is. Still a great family-friendly adaptation of some classic movies, though gameplay-wise, it's obviously put a stronger emphasis on puzzles here, as it is Indiana Jones. But man, some of these puzzles are such a damn pace breaker. Like, I have no idea what they want from me, and I'm stumped for like 20.
Oh, on one of them there's a load of snakes around, right? And you got to do a puzzle, and there's snakes around. Indy doesn't do the puzzle because he's scared. That's actually a not bad little touch, that actually. To be fair, I'll give him credit for that. So, we're coming up to 30 minutes, guys. So what I'm gonna do is we'll do another like 10 minutes of this video, 10 to 15 minutes or so. Then we'll call that episode part 1, basically.
20 minutes straight. Never really had a problem with the previous games. They were pretty straightforward. But here, I just have a hard time deciphering what I'm supposed to do, what parts of the environment to focus on, which items are important. And half the time, the solution is just like, why would I ever think to do that? Well, I did the math, and I've concluded I wouldn't think to do that because I'm an idiot. You gotta admit, it takes gumption to stand up and admit LEGO games are too hard for me. Might as well go through the rest of my fears while I'm at it.
Pantophobia.
LEGO Indiana Jones was a solid next step for LEGO games. Wouldn't say it hit as hard as LEGO Star Wars. I mean, oh boy, there's over 80 playable characters, but how many do you really give a damn about? At least my favorite Indiana Jones character is included. But this game helped pave the way for future franchises to get the LEGO treatment. The next one being that very same year. In September 2008, we got LEGO Batman the video game. I actually owned this one on the Wii back in the day.
Yeah, as you can hear, but you can tell he kind of spoiled it because he was playing Batman on NES music in the background. So yeah, with what I've just told you, I own all 3 Lego Batmans. Because I think I picked it up on like a really cheap bundle for like, if you go to, I think it's CD Keys. Well, a couple of months ago, I went on CD Keys because I wanted to get some more games to Steam. and they're selling the Lego Batman games for like 99p each. So I picked up all 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. So,
What did I think about it? When you're an impatient only child playing your very first Traveler's Tales Lego game in single player, something happens to you that changes the trajectory of your life forever.
Based on my calculations, if I liked Lego Batman as a kid, I would be governor by now.
This game, and well, all other Lego games like it, just didn't click with me. I don't know, it's like what I was saying with Lego Indiana Jones. I just felt directionless a good chunk of the time, with no clue on how the game wanted me to proceed with the solution to many puzzles being, honestly, really poorly telegraphed. Now, I'm not saying these games are hard. Rather, the puzzles you need to solve in order to proceed feel designed in a clunky way. The solutions often have poor visual indicators, the game's camera system and the way the environment is laid out get in the way all the time.
yeah, my wife, she was playing Pirates of the Caribbean, not Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean on PlayStation Plus when I had it. I've had to get rid of it because I need to save some money. She was on a puzzle on that game, like the second level. It literally took her like 15 minutes to figure it out. And I said, is it really like that? And she went, yeah. She's what he's complaining about here about some of the Lego games when it comes to puzzles. My wife hit that with Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm pretty sure we've got that as well somewhere. I know in storage we've got a bunch of PS3 games. I think one of them is Lego. I think one of them is Lego Pirates.
Hell, even the controls just don't feel responsive enough. It's not that they're bad. It's just, I may try to make it jump multiple times, and I don't make it, so I go, well, that must mean there's something else I need to do. So 20 minutes go by scouring every aspect of the room I'm in before I try the jump again. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Couple that with how many of these games are riddled with bugs and glitches that don't ruin the experience. They're not a mess or anything, but they 100% hurt the game's flow. So because of all this, I just didn't care for these games for the longest time. But after experiencing the first few Lego Star Wars, jumping into Indiana Jones, and revisiting Batman, I think I get them now. Oh, they have problems. I will still stand by my issues with them, but they aren't as off-putting as they once were. Took me a while to really get these games design-wise, and I think playing them in co-op helped out tremendously with that. So, you know what?
I'm definitely going to see if my wife wants to play any of the Lego games, me and her go through them on co-op. Let me know in the comments, guys. Would you like to see us play the Lego games? It might not be for a while yet because I'm still doing quite a few games on my channel already. So if we end up doing a Lego game, it might be on her channel. So I'll probably ask her later if she wants to.
Lego Batman the video game, it ain't bad. Finally, I've atoned for 11-year-old Scott's worst opinion.
Hey, don't worry, there's more I gotta make up for.
This is actually the first of this line of licensed Lego games to feature an original story rather than an adaptation of pre-existing movies. Now, that sounds like a big deal.
Croc, Bane, Catwoman.
Yeah, keeping with the Lego tradition of they not
Man
only
Bat,
can't say
Penguin.
they can't say. Lego Batman has to tell an original story with no dialogue, so it just boils down.
Mr. Freeze, Clock, Poison Ivy, Two-Face. Yeah, when it comes with comic books, the only one I really got into is Batman. To me, Batman's the GOAT. And if you are a Marvel fanboy and you're going to get triggered with what I'm about to say, you can leave my comments right now. Batman will always be better than Spider-Man, better than the Hulk, better than everybody else. Everyone knows it. I know it. We all know it. Batman is the greatest superhero of all time, bar none.
Down to the Batman villains are up to no good. It's up to Batman and Robin to save the day, which I can't really complain. I mean, if they gave me a more complex plot, would I accept it? Lego Batman is exactly what it needs to be, though maybe not in terms of the playable character roster, like only 40 or so, way less than Lego Indiana Jones, which, I mean, this is Batman we're talking here. How do you have practically half the character roster of Indiana Jones? Probably because most of the Lego Indiana Jones roster is, what kind of a merry fucker kill is this? It's a whole lot of filler. So Lego Batman actually has a far better selection with one of the most varied and unique character lineups we've seen from a Lego game yet, but they could have gone farther. I really enjoy the different suits you unlock for Batman and Robin.
Yeah, because there's no, would you say no? I would say there's 3 Lego Batman games, but there isn't. There's more, isn't there, technically? Because you got DC supervillains. So that's 1, so that's 4, technically. I think there's like, what, 5? I think there's another one as well.
Giving you some cool abilities to help you progress, like gliding, placing bombs, magnet shoes, vacuuming up objects, and having a hero side of the story mode as well as a villain side. It all puts this right next to the complete saga for me as one of the best LEGO video games. LEGO Indiana Jones is pretty good, but I just clicked with this one a whole hell of a lot more. Though, don't take my word for it, because all these games are the same. I mean, they are and they aren't. It's like the new Super Mario Brothers games. These are all unique games.
No, they're not.
These are all pretty interchangeable, but they're all solid family-friendly experiences. They were included with Xbox 360 consoles during the 2008 and 2009 holiday season.
That's 100% correct. You used to get Lego Batman and you got Pure. Pure is such an underrated quad bike racer. It's done by BlackRock Studios, which are now owned by Disney. It's actually a Disney published game. It's actually really fucking good, actually. Oh yeah, the soundtrack's pretty decent as well.
That should tell you something. It shared a case with Kung Fu Panda.
Though something it tells me is troubling.
You know what? F it. Kung Fu Panda for Xbox 360, also known as the ass of LEGO Indiana Jones. Thank God something new, because Lord only knows if I hate anything as much as a goose telling me.
Why are you playing City from Sonic Adventure, Station Square? Why are you playing fucking Station Square?
What to do? It's talking about only LEGO games for nearly an hour. This is the worst fucking day of my life. I have a soft spot for this era of movie licensed games. Not because I consumed a ton of them, but because, hey, I mean, I was 11 at the time of this movie's release, so yeah, I saw it in the theater. What else was playing that day? Now, I didn't have an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 at the time, but damn did they seem premium. So seeing some movies from my childhood as HD video games and
Oh yeah, the mid-2000s to like the early 2010s was literally just movie license galore. Movie license. Fuck off!
Era where movie licensed games were becoming seemingly less frequent than they were in the previous generation, it just makes this feel special. Now, does this pair well with LEGO Indiana Jones? Well, does wine pair well with cheese, peanut butter and jelly, bleach and rubbing alcohol?
Duh. Bye, Scott.
Well, after Star Wars, Indiana Jones, now Batman, the sky's the limit for what LEGO will do next. LEGO Sky. But thankfully, they listened to feedback. All these LEGO games are the same? No problem!
Oh, also, it really bugged me that none of the previous LEGO games had Rascal Flats in them.
Oh!
This solves everything!
Rock Band was next. Okay.
LEGO Rock Band. Yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered.
I have kidney failure.
A family-friendly rock band experience, released during the height of the rhythm game craze in 2009 alongside Rock Band Unplugged, the Beatles Rock Band for iPhone, Guitar Hero 5, Guitar Hero Metallica, Guitar Hero Van Halen, Guitar Hero Smash Hits,
Oh yeah! Guys, you do not understand how oversaturated the music market was when it comes to gaming in the late 2000s, early 2010s. It was horrendously bad.
Hero on Tour Modern Hits, DJ Hero, and Band Hero. So, as we can clearly see, there was a need for this. Band Hero was this game's direct competitor. I mean, not only are they both more family-friendly E10 plus rated spin-offs, they both released the same day. From this point forward, November 3rd will be known as Bob Feller's birthday. These aren't worth a national holiday. Well, hey, with how popular this genre is, I think it's a great thing we have a game everybody can enjoy with only lyrics and mild suggestive themes, compared to the sinfully T-rated Guitar Hero 5 that has mild lyrics and mild suggestive themes. Oh, that's right, they dropped a an itsy bitsy spider. I think LEGO Rock Band was the better move. I mean, I didn't understand the point of Band Hero for the longest time. I was like, Guitar Hero already has a band. Now I can see these are both for practicing abstinence, but LEGO Rock Band gets that across far better. It's a LEGO themed rock band for kids fundamentally. Traveler's Tales did work on this one. Not sure why. You really needed their expertise for this? This is just Rock Band with Legos dancing in the background. Well, to be fair, TT Fusion actually developed this. They're sort of the Traveler's Tales B team. So what was the A team working on?
Indy 2.
Why? LEGO Indiana Jones 2. What
the hell is there left to cover? Well, we're doing a standalone game to cover Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, a year-old movie audiences thought was lame as dirt?
Not only are you learning my opinions on Lego games, but dirt too.
Oh, no, actually, Lego Indiana Jones 2 features all Indiana Jones movies reinterpreted in new ways.
Recycling garbage, basically.
It's new.
While the bulk of the package is an adaptation of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, you do get new levels based on the first 3 movies, which, I mean, cool, but this was obviously done because they knew this movie alone wasn't enough to warrant a new game. So it just ends up feeling like a sloppy excuse to make another Lego Indiana Jones game when the concept of Lego Indiana Jones 2 a year after the original was completely unwarranted. You did a damn good job covering 3 classic movies in one package. And
Do you know what I reckon they should have done? Indiana Jones 2 shouldn't have been a full release, it should have been a DLC.
just a year later, you want to cover the 4th mediocre one with some bits from the first 3 thrown in as a bonus? It's like, yeah, they pulled it off, it's a complete video game, but which one feels more justified here? The segments from the first 3 movies represented in this game are basically the scraps of what wasn't covered in the original, so they make no sense out of context. They're just random Indiana Jones scenes that don't flow into each other at all. But hey, at least the core gameplay has seen a ton of changes.
Yeah.
They're changes.
Okay, so props to them for trying to do something new here. I mean, they must have known this was gonna be a tough sell if they didn't change a damn thing. So levels are bigger now. Camera pulls back way farther, there's more of an emphasis on exploration. You know, I think this is a pretty reasonable evolution of the Lego formula. As long as there's still 2-player co-op, I'm freaking out here! What the hell did they do to you? Because levels are larger, they couldn't have had the 2 players share the same screen anymore. They had to implement split screen or whatever the this is. It's making me dizzy.
Yeah.
I understand the purpose and value of this dynamic split screen in concept. It changes based on where each player is in the level and goes away when they both get close enough to each other.
Yeah.
With bigger levels, split screen is a necessity. But this makes me appreciate the compact, tighter level design of the previous game so much more. Like, this is perfect for cooperative play. You don't have to think about anything, just it's the same game with another guy now. Here, it's disorienting. I would much rather have it split down the middle equally than changing sides and spinning around constantly. And you can't turn it off.
He's right on that. I would rather have it be split in half.
Well, that's the trade-off for bigger levels, but I don't even think I want that in the first place. Just kind of exasperates the issues I already had with Lego games. Oh, I have problems understanding what they want me to do? Well, let's pull the camera back farther. Let's make things more complicated. Here's a bunch of giant-ass hub worlds you have to solve puzzles in to progress. And the quality of levels here just aren't all too great. These vehicle ones can take a hike. There are a bunch of tedious-ass stages where you just have to beat up an onslaught of enemies for like 10 minutes, and man, there are some areas that just don't work great without a second player. This boss fight where I have to line these dishes up to reflect the light back on them, I mean, with 2 players, it's instantaneous. You both just move them for like 5 seconds, and bam, you're golden. With 1, not only do I constantly have to go back and forth inching these things to and fro, but the damn CPU keeps distracting the boss from doing what I need him to do. So then I have to go back to the right dish to reflect off of first, then go to the other to move that where I need to be. God damn it! At least there's a level creator now. That's something. You can't use online. Yeah, 2009 on the Xbox 360. Can't share your creations. They are for you and you only. Thank God, I don't want to explain why I'm censoring this. Lego Indiana Jones 2 isn't horrible or anything, but it is most definitely the weakest Traveler's Tales Lego game thus far. I can tell they tried to make the most out of a pretty lackluster concept, but does that make this good? Barely. Still better than a lot of other games. I mean, what? Would I rather be underwhelmed and sometimes frustrated with Lego Indiana Jones 2, but overall have a reasonable time? Or play Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4?
Right. I'm going to cut it here. So, right. That is the first part of the video done, guys. When we come back next week, I'm going to continue where we left off. We're going to watch him talk about Lego Harry Potter games. Alright. So, I want to say a big thank you for everyone that's made it this far to the end of this reaction video so far. I am enjoying it. We've still got another hour and 9 minutes to go. So, we'll be back same time next week with the continuation of this episode of Scott the Walls, where he talks about Lego Harry Potter. So, thank you so much, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Next Saturday for this. Then we've got 2 other reaction videos the rest of the week. So, see you next time. See you same time next week, guys. Peace. Love you all. Bye-bye.